I'm just calling with Bronze Moving and Storage, and I just sent over a bill of lading, and I was just hoping you could sign that today if you get a chance.
Can you tell me what their uh, are they bringing a 30-footer? You don't see that either yet.
Based on your cubic foot, they normally bring a 26-foot truck, but I would imagine they would bring a much larger one for your amount of space.
You know, they're like my concern, of course, with like the two big toolboxes. I took the top off the one because that was what they had said. Well, actually, if I could have gotten it out of the garage, they probably could have gotten it on the truck without taking the top off. But it's a heavy toolbox, so uh, that's going to be a challenge. Though we discussed the challenge. He said they actually they hang it off one side sometimes, and then use a jack lifting thing and slide it in with this pulling thing that's in the inside of the truck. So if you could ensure that they come prepared for a bit that big, it's like I don't know, it's a 15 or 12-foot Icon toolbox. And then I got a table saw with a toolbox and stuff. And those are the two big challenges about this move that I want to make sure that this moving company isn't shocked about, where there would be problems. So I've been trying to be upfront about all that. And you guys, I think, have a note on it as well. But you can just make sure that gets conveyed so they have enough people. And I don't mind helping, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I do see it noted on here, and I'm also going to reach out to them and let them know, that you'll be paying with cash more than likely, and you do want a receipt, and I can go ahead and ensure that they are aware that you have two very big pieces, just to make sure that they have the equipment and the manpower in order to get those onto the truck safely.
So that would be a 40-foot truck. Now, let's see. Oh, okay, yeah, 3,000 is a 40-foot truck, so you would have 2,600 cubic feet on a 40-foot truck, leaving about 400 cubic feet left. So at this point, it would just be an expedited truck, because we're probably not going to throw a mini move on top of that with just one. I mean, you'll get that as a straight shot, and I'll put it in as an expedited too. So you won't have to worry about any extra stops or anything like that on that, because it's only one. We could literally only fit one mini move on there, and plus we wouldn't be able to do that until after we load it and see how much space is left anyway. So
right. It gets kind of stupid.
yeah, and they probably wouldn't even do that. They would just do it. We wouldn't even waste our time doing that.
Yeah, we send me that update then, and we'll do that. The 40-footer then, $25.98.
All right.
Yeah, and you're
That's
saying
gonna bring your price to $13,773 instead of $13,973.
all right. And I don't have to worry about anybody being in there with me or anything. Just
No.
all right.
No, it's gonna be a straight shot.
And you're gonna do
So either way, like if you look at it like this, you're getting an expedited truck, right? Even though you might have lost a little bit of a discount, you're getting the expedited truck still. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
so that's another catch to it. Like, you're getting your own truck. So normally your own truck, like, I'm honestly, this is like a $19,000 move for your own truck.
Right.
But so you're really you know, I mean, you're turning out pretty good. You might not have to leave anything behind. I don't think you're gonna have to leave anything behind, honestly.
How long does it take? I mean, you told me before, but based on this whole move thing that we're doing now, what was your guesstimate on a week or something for them to get there?
Yes, about a week.
Make sure you get them the pictures that I sent.
Okay. Yeah, I got all that on file. All right, Doug. Have a great night. Give me a call if you need me, all right? I appreciate you.
Took a little work, but I appreciate it.
All right, man. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
My knowledge.
I mean, I want it all undocumented, so go ahead.
Yeah, so.
I'm sorry.
I mean, I understand, not a problem, and I have nothing to hide. So.
Does that have a lift gate?
This one?
Yeah.
Yes, but we will be delivering with 18-wheeler.
Yeah, so that's a problem because they know about the liftgate thing. Yeah.
So I mean, I'm saying we probably need to rent a truck in Texas, and that has a liftgate, and we need that.
They weren't planning on doing that. This was supposed
because
This
I saw on the list, but it's like did you send the pictures to the office?
Yeah.
I mean, I didn't get the pictures, so
This should be a dedicated. We're supposed to bring a 40-footer with a liftgate, and then just drive there with it.
Yeah.
And that was so. I don't know beyond that.
The best bet would be to rent a truck. This is extra expenses, because there's no way. This is not the standard. I mean, I've seen these kind of tools, but 90% of the customers, they have, that kind of, maybe one most.
Yeah.
And
I sent them all. I've been talking about it for 2 months to make sure, and they said no problem. So
I mean, they mentioned to me. I said that not a problem. I've done this many times.
The table saw is the biggest thing.
It's another big problem because we won't be able to. Sorry to cut you off. It won't be able to fit in this liftgate. Yeah. And we need to.
I think it won't fit in the liftgate. Why is that?
I mean, I don't know. My boy
how big is that liftgate? Yeah, that'll fit. Yeah, that's.
So?
Well, where's the liftgate? Is that
right there,
that thing right there?
Yeah.
Does it? Yeah.
Yeah, I'll fold. Yeah.
Told me they have a floor jack and they put it off halfway and they jack it up on that side and then pull it in. Do you have a come along in the end of it?
The what?
A come along in the end of.
No.
Oh, they said that there's a reel in the end of that thing too.
No.
That won't fit on that? Looks like it will.
I don't know.
It'll go up.
It's not 8 feet, I think, because it's.
Yeah, you just roll it in, and you want me to do it?
I mean, I can't. Again, it's liability things.
Measure it.
And then if we do this, the best way to unload all the tools. They're extremely.
Yeah, they told me I didn't have to do that either.
I mean, again,
I moved this.
So that's gonna be extra cubic feet.
What is?
It's gonna be extra cubic feet because of, we have to empty all the tools.
What's extra cubic feet?
Yeah, I mean because we have to empty this. Empty
they're not gonna empty the tools. They told me I didn't have to. I mean, this just rolls. I mean, that just. Whoa. That rolls. I mean, my 14-year-old can roll this stuff. You got the handle right there. That rolls with my knee.
I know, but look, the slow truck,
Yeah, I will get it. So let's just see. 85, so it'll fit lengthwise. It'll fit lengthwise and 53. 67 by 58. And this is 53 by. It's less. That whole thing will fit on there.
We need people to hold it.
You can't hold it. The boom is very dangerous.
I got one guy.
I know. I mean, look. We have to deal with this from here.
So even this fits on your lift gate.
Look, we'll have to deal with this all from here all the way to Texas. So this is.
Well, you have that truck. It's supposed to be. Hold on. That truck's supposed to be 40 feet. It's supposed to be able to take 2598, which is 85% of this. Even with, I only have 1900, including everything you see in here is 1900. So you have an extra 600. 600 1900s is 6 times 3 is 33% extra capacity hour. That truck is not big enough. So I got to get it.
Even if we brought the 40 feet truck, we would still need something with the lift gate. We wouldn't be able to do all this.
They told me that they had a lift.
In reality, sorry, cut you. This is the job of living by weight, not by space. Because and the overweight, all that. That's a problem.
I'm not the moving company.
I understand. But I mean, like I said,
they said they charge by cubic feet, not weight.
I know. It's by cubic feet, but
that
but
will fit on that. Will fit in a 40-footer. And all of this will fit in a 40-footer, with the exception of some like these bar stools. I accounted for these bar stools to probably be in my truck because they're hard to stack around bar stools. I figure we have it in the end. They said you have nets to kind of separate, and then you put the stand-up things at the end or whatever.
Yeah, but even if we do it, we will still have to get another truck on a delivery in Texas.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
Because the ranch, they're not gonna be able to.
I don't know. Yeah. They should. That truck's supposed to go all the way. All right.
Let me hold off.
Okay. That's fine. Yeah.
All right. So he said, hey, if he's okay only to do it inside the house. I said no. He wants to do the entire thing. He said okay. They're right now looking for a different company, and we'll make sure to get you guys the gates and everything.
Yeah. So, sorry it didn't work out.
Sorry. Yeah. So. All right.
I mean, I get what you're saying on some.
You did your thing, and
they should know. Yeah.
I mean, I would say the best option in your situation to have somebody come and do in-home visual estimate to kind of assess what needs to be done.
Well, over the phone. These boxes and furniture is all standard. That stuff.
That's why I said pictures. If you guys will be okay, we'll do inside. This is the usual what we do.
Yeah.
Dressers, fridges.
They sent you guys, and you guys don't typically deal with those things.
Well, we do deal with these. We do, but not in this extent. Not, I'm sorry. Yeah. All right. Thank you guys. Good luck. If anything, call me, text me. If any advice, suggestions,
Thank you.
All right. God bless.
Have a good day.
Hello, Sunstate.
This call is being recorded.
Yes, Kim, please.
This is she.
Yeah, I was just calling about that Better Business Bureau complaint. And
well, it was more than Better Business, but yeah, I wanted to try to explain things to see if maybe you could better understand. Never, ever, ever, and I've been doing this for 20 years, and I can give you a scenario, but never did we get any pictures, ever, on your work order that the broker had sent to us that you signed, which technically is not a bill of lading, just so you know. It's just how they BS you into thinking they're on the up and up. But on your work order, it said...
Step back there first. So that's how they BS you, so that you think they're on the up and up. So you, you worked with this broker, but I mean, why are you saying they're BSing me?
Because brokers during the busy season, brokers are a dime a dozen. They will sit in an office in a cubicle with their feet up on the desk and try to punch out as many jobs that they can, and they will lie through their teeth to get your business. And once they get your deposit, getting a hold of them is almost impossible. Never did it state anywhere that you had these massive tool chests. That was never relayed. And listening to the conversation that you had with the broker, where he's promising you an 18-wheeler, he's promising you that you would be a designated job, that you would be the only one on the truck. All of it is garbage. And especially now during the busy season, you couldn't imagine how fast these roaches crawl out of the walls. Now, as soon as October hits, you won't find 75% of these brokers ever again, because they're going to wait and pop up next busy season under a new name.
I'm going to provide a response, but then perhaps we can talk again. So I just want to, maybe we'll keep it short for right now. But so what I want to, then why are you doing business with them if you know they do this?
We pick up broker jobs occasionally if we have a blank day. So we don't have a day where we have no jobs. We'll pick up a broker job, not knowing that they have promised you the world, and it's absolutely impossible.
I will just say that if I was in business and I knew there were unscrupulous people lying to customers, I would not do business with them, first of all. I would secondly contact the customer before I came all the way up for this very thing. I will say, so your driver said that he knew about the toolboxes. So I want to, I guess they didn't see pictures. So I did provide them with a bunch of pictures. And also, I gave them, they have a fee that they had in there, so I could subtract that. But they told me that they provided the difference to you guys. And then I upgraded to a bigger truck.
No,
And
all lies.
yeah, and I paid more money, and they said they gave that to you guys as well for more money. So, I
All
mean,
lies.
they just
All lies.
they just keep
I I
the
listened to the recording. I listened to the recording of the guy that you were speaking to and everything he was promising you, and everything that he was promising you were lies. And like I said, I've been doing this for 20 years, and sometimes you run across brokers like this that are just unscrupulous, and it falls on us because we come to do the job and we are not provided anything to be
okay.
able to complete that job because we're first of all, you gave them pictures. They gave nothing to us.
I mean, they
On
said they
the
did. So yeah, but okay.
nope,
So they had an
give me a,
updated bill of lading.
they
Um,
don't have an updated of crap
yeah.
to
So
tell you the not for us.
I had an original bill of lading, and then they sent me an updated one, and I was going to sign
No,
that when you guys were out there, and I didn't sign it, and of course it expired now. But uh, how come you only sent out 1,700 cubic feet when it was 2,598? I mean, there's some questions I have. Um,
hang on. Where's your toolboxes? Hang on.
yeah, and I broke down one toolbox into five. There were two more that were just regular toolboxes that were just pretty standard. There was only one toolbox that was part of a table saw, and you saw that as well. So, I have an hour-long video also that is not public, and I have other videos that I did of me lifting boxes and stuff. And perhaps what I would ask you to do, maybe you can add to your response what you've told me today. I think that's important for it to be in.
On your work order here, it says toolbox, 11 toolboxes. Hang on, I can't see. Up to 300 pounds. This is what we went off of. We went off exactly what was given to us, and that's
Well,
the only
I
thing
have
that we
them.
can go off of.
They're on the phone, yeah, and I sent them all the information, pictures. They're also on the phone in recorded calls, saying, that he even looked up the weight of my toolbox, and then we added weight for the items. It was like
No,
1,500 pounds or something, and he had that he had entered and everything. So, all right.
I can tell you horror stories that would make your eyes roll in the back of your head, only because I have done this for 20 years,
All right.
and it
Well,
is just disgusting what brokers do to customers.
and I think they get fake reviews to get high ratings. So, um,
Of course.
it's so confusing what I've been through, and I'm so stressed out about it. It's, and
Oh, I get it.
I have a credit
I
card company that actually ruled in favor of that fucking broker. And it doesn't even make fucking sense because they defrauded me. And you're
yeah.
confirming that basically. And so essentially, if it's true that you did not see the pictures, if it's true that you did not, I mean, right now I'm going to say, well, the broker told me they sent them. The broker told me they paid you. Uh, you told me they didn't. So that's where we're at right now. If it turns out that they didn't pay you, if it turns out they didn't send the pictures, then, you know, maybe,
That's the way brokers work, though. They get your deposit, and that's with them. I don't care if it's Joe's broker. That's
yeah,
the way any broker works. They get your deposit. Nothing from any broker is ever sent our way, which means we are already coming to do your job that much, like $5,500 already in the hole, because we didn't get that deposit. They did. And again, it doesn't matter what brokerage company. They
yeah, I mean, it
all
sounds like they're
work
just
on the
stealing
same premise.
additional money. They're asking, you know, the truck.
Oh,
Okay.
heck yeah.
So, all right. So, um, I mean, it's not a good look. So, for either company, I mean, the company did not deliver what they promised. So
No, I get it, and
yeah.
I can completely empathize with you. Again, only because I talk with people, so many people that are just like you, and it's unnerving what they put people through, and it is just it's just garbage. It is. I completely feel for any customer that's going through what you are going through, and I can empathize 1,000% because it's not right. It is just, it's not right. And yes, it is fraud, but trying to get that over and go through that is a really
Well,
painstaking
sir, when people commit
process.
fraud, you can't get the money, and somebody may go to jail. Usually, you can't collect it. The advantage here I have is that the credit card company shouldn't have allowed it. So at the very least, that should
Right.
be, yeah, because
But you
when they're,
did see that that 5,500 went to your credit card company, correct?
it did.
From, and who was the, from bronze to the credit card? Yes?
Absolutely, yeah, yeah, and I say that. I will say that in my response. And I will say that they told me they gave it to you. Look, maybe you understand what they did, and maybe you put, they're fraudulent, they defraud people, they're unscrupulous. Every word that you've used would be
Oh,
helpful to
I could
me.
use a few real choice words, but
Yeah, well, that would be
but I
helpful.
won't.
I mean, at some point, somebody has to take it for face value. Um, a way of proving that, how you were going to get your money. I mean, how were you going to
Well,
get your
we
money?
don't. We like I said, we get nothing from them. The only money that we would get is from the job that we perform,
So
and the
how are you
job
going to
that
get my
we
money?
perform. This is what I'm saying. What would happen is your job would total hypothetically $10,000. You would pay half on the pickup, and you would pay the remaining half on delivery. That's how we get our money. But anything before that, anything that you gave to the broker, we don't see two dimes. Nothing.
Yeah, yeah, they don't say
Zero,
that.
zero, zero.
Yeah, because the move was like 13,000 something. So, if that were the case, 5,500 from that, you guys were only sitting at 8,000. I
Thank
mean,
you.
yeah, okay. Based on
I see
if
it all the time.
if what you're telling me is true, that they stole the whole 5,500 and didn't give it. So I paid for 21.98. That was 2,500 or something, or 3,000. I don't remember which one.
Uh-huh.
Okay, that included their 2,300 and then extra for you guys to come out, I guess, is what they said. Then they said, well, if we're going to give you a 40-foot truck, we're going to do this, that, and the other thing. And so you're going to have 2,598 capacity cubic feet. So that'll be an additional 3,000. I gave them that money. They were going to give that directly to you
Mhm.
guys. Well,
Mhm.
actually, when they first did it, they acted like they were the mover. And they were
Of
just,
course.
yeah, okay. And it even says that on their website that they're movers, and then they're not, and then it says they're not. So it's stupid.
Mm-mm.
Uh, and then
And
the
this
next,
and go
then
ahead.
we knew Sun State was going to do it, and they said, well, let's give you more capacity, and we'll send, and that'll go to Sun State then. Because they said, and then when they come out, you pay them additional money. So,
And this
yeah,
is what happens, and please take no offense in this. What happens is they found a sucker that they knew that they could keep milking money out of until it came to the day of the move. And again, I mean no harm on what I just said, but it's the
uh,
truth.
put
And
that,
it's unfortunate. And I am
okay.
so sorry for what you have gone through. I really am. I'm not sorry for them. I'm sorry for what they've put you through.
I basically, you know, I don't know how much, what I can get out. This company owes me more than, for all that I've been through. They should have a lot of other damages. So,
Oh, I agree. I agree
yeah,
wholeheartedly.
yeah. So, uh,
And it's something they are lying all the time, but um, they'll take your inventory and they will fail to putting anything on the record, so to speak.
I
And
updated that
they say,
inventory with spreadsheets. I had the exact cubic foot of everything I owned
I don't
measured.
have shit,
Oh
nothing,
my God, this
zero,
spreadsheet.
zero.
And I kept updating them, saying, "Oh, now this." And I even knew how to calculate because I was a load planner. I know how to
Mhm.
calculate a sofa, for example, what you can actually do. So you have a sofa that takes up I was doing the inches. I did it in inches and then converted it because it was easier to measure that way rather than converting from feet. But whatever, let's say it's 100 cubic feet. Well, you can stack things on it, so the value of the size of the sofa may only be 70 cubic feet. But then chairs, you can't quite, really do much with it.
Mhm.
So I
Mhm.
knew how to do all that. So they did an AI model and it came out, they do an AI model supposedly so they can calculate accurately, they say. And that
Of course.
model was nearly exact, compared to what they said. So I had 1900 cubic feet. They said 2198, and then I upped it. Plus I had 400 cubic feet of my own on top of that. So I was leaving with, 3,000 cubic feet of a 1900 cubic foot mood. I had that much extra. So,
Mhm.
and then we took a toolbox that was in one big five, piece toolbox, and I made it into five separate. Anyway, well, you're saying they took advantage of me because I knew the cubic feet and was giving them more cubic feet and a reason to rip me off, I guess, and not give you the money, according to you. So,
Yes, sir.
with what I've been through, I have to get to the bottom of it. That you understand. So, um,
Oh, I completely understand. And again, I can only apologize for what you're going through, not for who did it, but I can apologize and I am sorry for what has happened to you. I really, really am.
I want to know your response to some of the things that but so I'll be interested to know some of the whys for the concerns I have directly about your company. So,
Mhm.
regardless of them. So at any rate, if you're such an expert at what the broker did to me and understand what they did to me, that could be helpful too. So,
Yeah, oh, I know every trick of the trade. I
yeah.
can promise you that.
All right. Very good. I appreciate your time. You have a good day.
You as well. Bye-bye.
Bye bye.
All right, go.
This box is heavy. Yes, it is heavy, and I'm half disabled, but that one goes on the bottom. This one probably goes in the middle, right there. Their excuse was they can't stack it all the way to the top. Look at this one. Yeah, it's fragile, but it'll stack to the top, and it just means don't beat it up. So yeah, we can go pretty high without excuses.
This all fit in a 400 cubic foot U-Haul trailer. It was supposed to be probably 600 cubic feet, but I think it's more that was actually in there. It looks like a lot more than 600. I mean, we crammed that thing. So these guys came with a 1900 cubic foot truck. It was supposed to be 2600, and they wanted to charge us more for more stuff. And I fit all of this in just 400 cubic feet. So who's the better mover? I want to ask you. The people that we paid that couldn't do the job, that gave us a bunch of excuses and lied and promised a bunch of things that they never delivered on, or me and my son. That all fit in there. Those propane tanks were under stools. All of this fit in there. That wheelbarrow, these tall things, these lids, not that table, all of these shovels fit in there. All of this stuff here just came out of there tonight. The rocking chairs. Let's go. This was all in a 6x12. It's actually unbelievable. This stool and all of this, but those 3 lounge chairs right here. There's 3 lounge chairs that were already purchased, but all of these stools, the mini refrigerator, the lamp, the giant picture frame thing, that all fit. And let's go. Both of these boxes all fit with the vacuum. We're going to go upstairs now, and I'm going to pause. That Cowboys Tic Tac 5 or whatever it is. The ottoman, the lamp, and that dresser thing. The TV was in my truck. This chair was in there, as well as all of these metal pieces right here from the desk that we disassembled, that I told them that they weren't actually going to disassemble. They said, oh, we don't need to disassemble that. You'll be fine. But I went ahead and disassembled it anyway, making it even more compact. The TV was in the truck, but this chair was not in the truck, nor that table, nor this box. And then all of this was also in a 6x12, everything. The table, the chairs, the bicycles, the other chair, the chair, the bicycles, and the table, and that dog crate. This long, like 11-foot board right here was in there. I know it's not that big of a deal, but these two things and these mops were in there. I mean, there's 3 things right there that were in there. And now to the garage. All of this was in the garage, or in the 6x12 too. The dog thing, all that grinder, you've seen the pictures, these long wire things, and the dustpan, this toolbox, all these ladders. The only thing that wasn't in there was the table that was here, but all the tools under and on it were in there. All of these bar stools too. That package, or that blower, the generator, the mower, the charger, the trash can full of stuff. You had the saw. You had these ramps, as you remember in the pictures, and the oil cooler. All of these sleeping things, and the tool chest, and that crate with the electrical wire, the Cowboys thing, and the golf clubs. You probably remember seeing the dolly or the floor jack on there, that dolly. I mean, all of this in there. It was amazing. I mean, we literally got all of that in this trailer that I had towed, and that's 400 cubic feet. Thank you very much. So just a bunch of excuses from a bunch of lazy movers that want to collect money, and then have a bunch of old guys that are complaining about everything being heavy. I am half disabled. This hand is about an 8-year-old's hand. I can't hardly lift anything. And I'm able to lift all the boxes, unload all this, and do the job. So, I mean, they should pay me the money. And I want my money back, because they're illegal movers and they don't know how to do a job. They lie. They promise things that they don't deliver on, and then they resort to an old contract that they've said all kinds of promises to, regardless of, oh, we just have this, it's just an initial thing, and whatever we come up with and agree to, and we appreciate your emails and telling us all about your toolboxes. That way we can accommodate all that. We appreciate it up front. It's guys like you that are totally prepared and informing us about everything in advance and staying in communication. We have the best moves with guys like you. And he turned out to be a real asshole. And he turned like an evil person, like all nice until then. Oh, we have a contract and you're want extras. I got messages and voicemails and conversations with him about how he's arranging for a direct move, and they're going to have a lift gate and all this. They're just all bullshit. All bullshit. Illegal movers, scam artists. And they ought to be in jail. So this box of picture frames that they want to stuff up on top, it's on wheels and it rolls. Look how easy that is. And you can stack stuff on top of it too. Look at that. They didn't like this thing. They didn't like this thing. Oh, we usually just stuff pictures on top. Really? This is a nice box full of pictures. It's kind of heavy. That's why you need a lift gate. But it's on my spreadsheet and on the manifest and part of the 1900 and whatever. And it's almost dollar for dollar, space for space, totally usable space. You can go up, and it's the exact dimensions, no waste.